Hello, everybody. Welcome to Baby Triplets. Okay, happy Monday, you all. Now, I'm not in my normal area where I usually be at with the babies in the baby nursery because um, these two didn't want to go to sleep, and the other kids are asleep, and I have one sick baby. These are two of the triplets. This is Dariella and Derica. And their brother Danny, he's the third triplet. He's not feeling well. I actually had to put Danny in a cool basin or tub of water because he had a fever. And so let me just give you a little tip, as it relates to fevers. If your babies are between, if they are infant to 3 months old, if their rectal temperature is 100.4 or more, then you definitely want to call the doctor. But if it's under 100.4, but it's a little bit, higher than the norm, and they feel a little bit warm, to get that temperature to come down some, you can just put them in a cool, not cold, not hot, but a cool, fill their little tub up or their little basin with, water, and just kind of, splash the water over them and lay a cold, cool rag. You don't want it freezing cold across their head. Just, to kind of bring the temperature down. And then once you actually bring them out of the cool basin of water, wet some rags and tie it around their wrists and their ankles. And that also helps reduce temperature. A cool rag tied around their wrists and their ankles will also help once they actually come out of the cool water. And during the time when a child has a fever or is not feeling well or has a cold, you definitely want to give them Pedialyte, because generally, see, they want to play. They don't want to sleep. And their brother's not feeling well, and I finally got him to sleep because he was really having a hard time. He has a little bit of a cold. So the cold tends to bring on fevers. Fevers is basically your body's way of fighting off infections. So not all fevers are bad, but you have to watch them and, make sure that they're not to the point where they need to be seen by a doctor. But yeah, definitely give them Pedialyte during the time when they're sick and they're not really eating a lot, because if not, they'll get dehydrated. So if your baby is not really eating or taking the milk, give them Pedialyte, and that keeps the electrolytes and everything up, keeps them from getting dehydrated. Also, just make sure you check with your doctor before you do anything that I ever say, any tips that I ever give. You always want to check with your doctor first. And, you can look it up for yourself. Google it and talk to your doctor before you go by anything that anybody says. Not just me, just anybody. That's just something, just something safe to do. Yeah, so... Oh, okay. These little sweetie pies need to go to bed. Also, if you want to know if when your baby is cold or hot, a good way to judge whether or not your baby is cold is if the baby is moving around a lot, not, arms, or just kind of moving around a lot, won't keep still, and crying. They generally do that because they're trying to warm themselves up. So that's just a good way of knowing when your baby is cold. Now, when your baby is hot, they'll flail, they'll be flailing their arms as though they're surfing or something and wiggling their legs all around. That's because they're trying to cool off. It's just like, get these clothes off of me. Get these blankets off of me. I'm hot. So those are just two little signs to want, the sign to know when your baby might be cold or when your baby might be hot. So I just wanted to give you all a few tips since I had a sick baby. And this is the time of year when babies generally get sick. Now, what I did do was I gave my little baby some homemade chicken broth. I had made some homemade chicken soup. And by the way, homemade chicken soup is good for, like, when your child has a cold or something like that. It's even good for adults, you know, to eat homemade chicken noodle soup, or if you have rice, you know, rice and chicken. And I've been eating it too. You know, a couple months ago, I had prepared, getting myself ready for the winter, and I had made a big pot of chicken and rice soup, and, you know, froze it in some freezer bags so that when time of year like this come, when people start getting sick and colds and things, it kind of helps. So I ate some chicken and rice soup today because, you know, I don't want to get sick, because if I get sick, then who's going to take care of all these babies? So, and who's going to be up fussing with these little ones who don't want to go to sleep at night? They don't. But you're so cute. Yeah, so, okay, well, I just thought since I was up, it's getting late, but like I said, I got to put the babies to sleep. Like I said, I finally got Danny to sleep. That poor little guy was all day long. He was suffering. You know, when babies are sick, they can't talk. They can't tell you what's bothering them. So you just kind of have to figure it out, you know. You got to, you know, check to make sure they don't have on too many clothes. Not enough clothes, not enough blankets. Make sure their diaper's not wet. Make sure they're not warm, you know, as far as, like, you know, use a thermometer. The best way to take a child's temperature is through the rectal. I know nowadays they put the thermometer under the children's arms and stuff like that. But I think for infants, I think the best way to monitor and gauge their temperature and get an accurate reading is through the rectal. I mean, I'm kind of old school. I like the old school methods. Yeah, but like I said, you just definitely check with your doctors. I did hear that those little thermometers that you put, the little strips that you put across their heads, I heard that they do not give accurate readings. And I also heard that a baby, I believe under 6 months old, you don't get an accurate reading if you do the temperature through the ear. They have all different kinds of ways now you can take a baby's temperature. I mean, you know, they have pacifiers where, you know, which I thought that's a good idea. But I don't know how accurate that is. But like I say, make sure you Google any and everything. But I just thought I'd throw out some little helpful tips, you know, that might can help some new moms out there. But always check with your doctor. Okay, so yeah, I took some notes because, you know, I'm so busy, so I didn't want to forget to tell you all, you know, certain things. So, okay, I told you about the Pedialyte, taking the temperature through the rectal, how to tell if your baby's hot or cold, how to cut down on a fever with the water, sitting the baby in the tub of water, and also the rags. Okay, I think I got it all. All right, well, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you hit the red subscribe button. That way, when I upload, you will be notified. Make sure you share my videos because sharing is caring. And the more you share, the more I will get noticed and people will watch. And I do have a Facebook page called Baby Triplets. Lowercase letters, no spaces, in case you want to see pictures of all my babies. I have 17 of them. And I like to call it my Rainbow Baby Nursery. That's what I like to call it. And like I said, if you're new here, welcome. But this is not generally where I do my videos. I'm usually in the baby nursery when I do the videos. But I have a sick child that's asleep, and then I have some of the other kids that are asleep. And these two little cutie pies did not want to go to sleep. They wanted to play and laugh and have fun. So I didn't want them to be disturbing the other babies while I came and did this video since I was out. So, oh, okay, somebody's getting sleepy. They were playing, now they're getting all sleepy. Okay, well, I hope you all have a wonderful Monday evening. I'm going to get these two little girls to bed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye now.